welcome one of our favorite people in the whole world. Jen Lilley is here. Hey, Jen.
Jen, so good to see you.
Good to see you.
You look beautiful.
Thank you, always. Oh,
I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you, we love having you. We love talking about your movies. And like I said, over a dozen movies, counting. 5 of those titles, 5 of your Hallmark movies have the word love in the title. So I thought it would be kind of fun to kind of go
Because it's her
through.
middle name.
It's
Jen
your
Love
middle
Lilley.
name. Jen Love Lilley. Everybody that knows you loves you. Let's go through some of them, and you tell us some of your favorite moments.
okay, perfect.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Eat, Play, Love.
One of my favorite names, by the way. What a great
Eat,
name for
Play,
a movie.
Love. Great movie. You play a vet in this movie. Tell us about it.
I do. Well, this movie was super special to me because I got to work with Lindsay Wagner and Lee Majors. Now, for anyone who is not of the generation who would know them, they are iconic.
Yeah.
We're talking Bionic Woman, $6 Million Man, and this movie was so special because I think it was the very first time that they were together since the 70s. So it was the first time that they got to reunite. It was so fun. This movie was also hilarious. As you can see, I had extensions in.
Beautiful.
I played a veterinarian, and my character had to work on a goat. And in the middle of the scene, the goat just started eating my extensions. And I'm like, just kept rolling with it. I'm like waiting to see if they're gonna cut, you know? These are the moments you wish Hallmark had a bloopers reel, right? It was pretty amazing.
Well, they should keep that in the movie.
It did not
That
make
is
it.
It didn't
so
make the movie?
funny.
But here's the thing about Jen that people may not know. Like, you're so good at, like, you know, acting, but also being spontaneous. So
Yeah.
I bet you played off that beautifully. Like, I bet you the outtake is just as good as what they can.
Right.
You're so funny and sweet.
Your
No,
comedic
it's
timing
true.
is so good. We've talked about this before.
She's amazing.
Thanks.
You know,
She's
there was
amazing.
one movie where you were shoving these bonbons in your mouth, and it was one of the funniest things I'd ever seen in my life. And she just kept going and going and going. And they kept that in the movie. And I know that was an ad lib.
Inspired by Lucille
super
Ball's
cute.
Chocolate Factory. Yeah.
All right, well, speaking of shoving things in your mouth, one of the movies that I happen to love that you were
Yes.
in was called A Dash of Love, where you play an aspiring chef. Tell us about that.
That one was top 3 favorite Hallmark movies I've ever done. Maybe top 1, just because it was my very first Hallmark movie, and I have wanted to be on this network since I was, you know, younger, and my parents were very proud when I made it on, of course. Well, I worked with Brendan Penny and Perry Gilpin, both amazing. You've worked with Brendan Penny, Cameron, so you know he is hilarious.
What,
I mean,
literally.
hilarious.
I don't think I can remember a time that I laughed as hard in my entire life as when I'm around him. He is so funny, and yet we have to continue working after he's like
my
cracking us
goodness.
up.
Horrible, right. So I'm like my very first Hallmark movie. I really want to make it on this network. I am not somebody that can laugh and then pull it back together. I have no chill. So he starts making these jokes, and he's like, oh, you're from Virginia? And I'm like, right, and Chesapeake Shores takes place in Virginia. So I'm like, do you know about Virginia? He's like, not really. And then out of nowhere, Brendan Penny style, he's like, so what would your mom jokes be like in Virginia? And I'm like, I don't know, I'm not a 12-year-old boy. And he's like, and he goes, your mother is so refined that she put out the salad forks instead of the dinner forks. And I was like, what? And he's like, that's a Virginia mom joke. And I was like, do Virginians have a British accent? And he's like, oh, too colonial. I was like,
well.
And then it starts rolling. And I'm just like sitting here laughing, and you have to go do this.
This is coming from a Canadian guy who lives in, like, you know, the Vancouver. That's what he thinks of Virginia.
Well, I'll tell you
just so
why,
you
because
know.
he probably learned in history, you know, that's where the Pilgrims came, where they settled, the Mayflower, whatever. But it's true. I mean, we're both from Virginia. That's one of our deep connections. But something about the way people in Virginia speak is a little bit like this.
There you go.
That is very true.
That's
Going down the
actually,
river.
there you go.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that?
Don't give him a
girl,
pass.
You know it's the truth.
But he's so good, though. And it's a great movie. Let's move on to the next one here. Love Unleashed.
Yes.
Now, we have some puppies here that we're going to see a little bit later. Okay.
Yeah.
But this movie was full of puppies. Isn't that right?
Look at that.
It was full of puppies, which was super fun, of course. You can't ever get mad when you have to work with puppies. This one was fun because puppies, and I was pregnant in this movie, which was really fun. And then also, I played an event planner. And fun fact, my mom was an event planner growing up. And when I first moved to LA, because we all had survival jobs, right, until our careers started, I was an assistant to a wedding and event planner. And so I was like, this is old hat for me. This is so fun. Plus, I would really like a puppy party. Somebody should start that business if it doesn't exist. Well, the idea is like you have birthday parties for kids and you bring puppies.
Listen, there's a void in the market, I think.
Yes.
And we have tons of puppies here on set.
Do you
Maybe
do
we could use them.
it like how about like rescues? You bring a bunch of rescue puppies.
That's exactly what the movie was.
Oh, that's what it
rescue
was.
puppies, and you tried to get them adopted.
It's been a while since I've seen it, Jen, so I apologize.
Super cute. I actually, believe it or not, wanted to do that for Alexandra's birthday party because of the movie. And I called the parents, and all the parents said, "Don't you dare do that. I'm coming to the birthday party. I'm not leaving with the dog."
That's actually not fair to the parents.
The parents were like, "That is so uncool.
It's not
That is
fair.
a huge
hilarious.
responsibility." I said, "Okay, I just thought it would be cute." All right, now speaking of puppies, you have 3 little puppies at your house in human form. You're adorable children. Oh my goodness. Okay, Julie is about to turn 2, which I cannot believe.
I know.
You just had a birthday party for Jeffrey. He just turned 3.
Yes. Yes.
And Caden is 4. So your hands are quite full.
Yes.
What is it like around there right now? Look at
So are your husbands in that photo.
Yeah,
as well.
I mean, it's like the family selfie, you know, you can finally get all 5 of us together, but it's chaos. It's like lots of laughter and chaos. I vacuum 3 times a day, you know, I mean, it's super fun. The boys are really close with Julie. She's not going to date till she goes to college,
Of
which
course.
is great. I'm hoping at least one of them goes to the same college as her so that they can like
Protect her.
keep her not dating for a longer.
Plan.
Yeah, but she's a tomboy, man. We call her the bruiser.
Well, with
She
2
is-
older brothers, she has to be.
You call her the bruiser.
We call her the
This
bruiser.
little
She's
tiny
like,
girl.
yeah, she just gets
She has
knocked
to
down.
hold her own
Yeah,
with
she
those
holds her own.
two.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
So sweet.
And you know what
Jen.
else
Yeah.
is so sweet and so like just amazing, and you continue to inspire us in so many ways. You and your husband are considering or are going to be expanding the family, more foster children.
Yes.
So inspiring. So talk about that. What are your plans, and also how we can all help foster
Yeah.
children.
Oh my gosh, you're amazing. Well, yeah, we're in the process of getting relicensed again. You just have to renew your license all the time as a foster parent. We tried to give ourselves a little bit of time to kind of get settled, you know, get them all sleeping through the night and potty trained, and
Get
then
out of
now,
diapers.
Yeah, and out of diapers. So now we're gonna get relicensed. I'm probably gonna give ourselves about 6 months, but I honestly think. I don't know. I don't know what the future holds, but I have this idea in my head that we're going to end up adopting like 8 children. We're going to be the Von Trapp family.
John, I mean,
I have no doubt. I
seriously.
mean, can't you see it?
Seriously, no,
It's so
I
beautiful.
have to just commend you and tell you how beautiful you are, not just on the outside that everybody sees, but on the inside, because it takes a really, really
Thank you.
special kind of person to be able to do that. I mean, you have 2
Thank
fosters
you.
already, and you want to have 8. That is so
yeah,
beautiful.
and you know, not everybody's called to be a foster parent. Obviously, we need great foster parents, but everyone can get involved. April is actually National Child Abuse Prevention Month, so it's a great time to kind of get involved, find out what's going on in our nation. There's over 500,000 children in the system right now that need loving homes, safe loving homes. But if you can't be a foster parent, you know, there's so many creative ways you can help. If you're a therapist, you can offer free therapy sessions. If you are a photographer, one of the best ways you can volunteer is if you're a photographer, take photographs of a child in foster care, because as they move home to home, they don't have any photos they can take with them, and it means a lot to them to have a piece of themselves. So just think about what you do and how you could get creative. I know a mechanic that gives free oil changes to foster parents.
my
There's so many ways you can get involved without having to do the heavy
These are
lifting.
ideas that I would never think of. That's so great
know.
and so helpful.
Love you,
And
Jen.
You're amazing. We love
Really
you.
are.
You guys.
You can come anytime. For more information on how you can help children in foster care, go to childhelp.org. And you can also buy Jen's new album, Hindsight, wherever music is sold, because the profits go towards helping foster kids. So check it out. Everybody.
It's a
amazing.
good one. And I love the pictures from that album. Oh, it's so great. You have to buy it.